Hi guys, it's Lynn here. Hope everyone is having an incredible day. Now guys, welcome to Hans and my end of December cacti and succulent, another houseplant update. And as you can see, we have our Schlumberger truncata, commonly known as the Christmas cactus, in the most beautiful of red flower, guys. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. And before I do anything else, I just want to, before I wish you all a very, very happy new year, I want to thank you so much for your most amazing support throughout 2017, guys. I cannot thank you enough. You guys have been absolutely remarkable, and all your comments, all your likes, and we're watching the videos is just absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for all of your support, and I hope you guys have an amazing new year. And as I say, I always like to start off in the polytunnel because that's where we have the majority of our cacti and succulent plants. And I'm going to start off in this corner here, and we have a few of the spider plants, not cacti I know, but we do have other plants as well. This is on the little plant stand here, and as I say, it's the end of December, the 31st of December today, and we are right in just over the middle of the winter here, and everything is dormant, as good as. So I'm just going to do a quick scan up so you can see everything we've got. There's not much happening on this side here because everything is pretty much overwintered, and we've got some of the agaves and aloes here as well, and some of the ripsalis we've got here in the hanging baskets. They're pretty much dormant as well. Except we have a load of berries coming on some of the ripsalis. So in the next couple of weeks, going to be harvesting the berries and harvesting the seeds, I should say, for sowing, and few more in the hanging baskets here as well. And as I say, this one I possibly will be bringing into the house. I think it's showing signs of cold damage, and a couple of subscribers have pointed that out. Now, it was going a little bit this way before we actually moved, so I don't know whether it's down to the cold, but it's certainly not helping because it may be a little bit too cool for it in here. So that's possibly going to be being brought into the house, probably into the grow room, but we've got cuttings of it anyway, so it should be pretty much okay. But as I say, that's not doing that well, as you can see there. So this side is perfectly healthy. It just seems to be the one side, but lots of healthy new growth on the rest of it. So we'll see how that does. But other than that, everything else is pretty much okay. And I'm going to do the hanging baskets on this side first. As I say, the ripsalis are pretty much dormant, and say sometimes, usually from the January time, they do start to form little buds. As I say, it's the first time overwintering them in the polytunnel, so it's going to be see how they go. Some more Christmas cacti, or I should say the Thanksgiving, because it's the truncata in bud, and a few more of the ripsalis and epiphyllums here. And I'm going to start then onto the table, and as I say, everything is pretty much quiet this time of year, so it's just showing you literally how everything is doing. Some of the succulents, like the echeveras, are still slightly growing. Got a mixture of everything on here, and the good news is we have a few of you have been asking how the cuttings were doing. This is from the aloe variegata cuttings here, and the mother plant sadly lost its roots, and I did try and regrow it, but without success. But it had loads of babies, and I've been able to propagate all the babies. And the wonderful news, look, it's coming into flower, guys. So I'm really excited that one of them that we saved, this is actually the main part of the mother plant that we did save, and it's coming into flower. So that's really exciting. So that's a great update, and I will do a separate update on this in the next few days in a bit more detail about everything and what happened with the plant. Some more aloes here. These are the ones that we grew from seed in the bowl, and this one here is another aloe again, and this one is commonly known as, everyone's familiar with this cactus, the golden bowel, the Echinocereus grusonii, and a few more of our other ones as well. This is a noto cactus and Echinocereus, and some more here. Gymnocalciums. This one also I think is a parodea. This one we're not quite sure what it is. This is the one we got from the market here in Belfast a few weeks ago, and we think it's a Trichocereus. It's a young Trichocereus, and they sort of start off sometimes a bit globular, and then they go more cereus tall shaped as they get on, but we're not quite sure, so we're not 100%, but we think it's a tricho. But if you know more, guys, let me know. Here again is the Astrophytum ornatum, and a few more mammillarias, Raybutia here, and this one normally forms lovely little flowers sort of from February onwards, so fingers crossed that will flower for us this year again. And this is the Echinocerius, so Echinocactus grusoni, but it's the white spined variety. So that is amazing. Look at that, guys. And that's, as I say, the golden variety, and this is the white spined variety. And a few mixture of different things here, Ferrocacti, and some more the mother of thousands Kalanchoe tubiflora, and some Oreocereus at the back there. All seem to be doing well. This one here needs a good pruning in the spring. This is a Kalanchoe tessa with a mixture here of a few different ones. Here again, this is the Chamaecyparis silvestrii, and here a Puntia cristata, one of the cristrates. And a few things here. As I say, nothing really flowering other than the aloes so far, which is great. But pretty much everything else is overwintering very good, I'm pleased to say. All here, just do a bit of a slow go now, just so you can see. Now this did come into bud really late in the year, and it sort of died off now, so I don't think that's going to come to anything. It just didn't really sort of open up. It's wrong time of year for it to be flowering. The weather has been strangely mild here, guys, for the end of December. We had like only a couple of 2 or 3 weeks ago, as you know, we had a load of snow and it went very cold, and now it's gone very strangely warm, and when the sun comes out it actually gets over 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is way too warm to really overwinter them. And this is without the heater on, guys. There's our heater, and we haven't had to have it on, and I'll show you what the temperature is now. And this is the middle of the day on the 31st of December, so it's crazy, guys. A mixture of all a few small little plants in here, some mainly Chamaecyparises, and a few little Raybutia muscala there, which is cute. Some more little Lophophora seedlings. And here, and I know this is going to be a very long video, guys, but there's just no way of rushing this, because if I go too fast with the camera, not only do you not see the plants properly, but also it's difficult to watch the film. I hate to see people's videos when they're scanning really fast, and I'm guilty of that, worrying about the time, but there's just no way. It has to be done properly. And this here is a Testigenaria elephantipes, and it grows into an amazing vine. It's a winter growing one, and it sort of then goes dormant during the summertime. So this has been one I've had to sort of keep still lightly watered, but it seems to be doing very well. And that's look at this little fella, guys. Oh, if you wonder why it's cracked, this was one that when I watered last year for the first time in the spring after it had its winter rest, it cracked open because it took so much water up, but it's healed up and it's formed 2 little arms, and that's them all on this side. Now under the table here we have the epiphyllums, and look at that for a wonderful seed pod, guys. That's a great big seed pod that's going to be harvested full of seed for the spring. And then we have some of these are Hunsies, my mind has lost me now, just trying to think of a proper name. They're pelargoniums, but I can't think of the actual type of pelargonium it is. It has beautiful white flowers, but they're all the same types here, but they're lovely. But I'm not sure the exact variety. Now we have some more aloes here, and some of the Trichocereus is all at the back here. These are the tall plants, so we've got them at the back with a big look at that. And this big massive one here we've got tied up with a bit of rope is Hansi's 43-year-old Trichocereus that he has grown from seed. Isn't that remarkable? 43 years ago, and it is doing really well. As you can see, it's touching the roof, so yeah, we do need a bigger greenhouse with a bigger, higher roof. And just show you all the different types we've got going here. A lot of Apuntias and Trichocereus and a few other ones, and these ones here. Now most of our euphorbias we have in the house because they're not cold hardy, but this particular Euphorbia horrida, can take quite cold temperatures. As I say, we never ever let it drop below 5 Celsius in this polytunnel anyway. So, you know, most plants can, certainly cacti and succulents can take them type of temperatures without any problems. But as I say, roughly stays between 5 and 10 Celsius during the day, and it never drops below 5 overnight in here because the heater kicks in if it does. And then I'll show you on this table here. Again, a mixture of a few different things. Echinocereus here, and a few more little smally ones. Lots of different types of cacti and succulents, as you can see. Both me and Hansi's, and just slowly scan around to show you. As I say, there's really not much to show you as such, as in there's nothing really flowering at the moment. In fact, there's nothing flowering at the moment. It's all very quiet with everything, but it's good to see that a lot of the plants, well, the majority of them are doing very, very well. They're overwintering so far. And a lot of these succulents are still sort of winter growing, so some of them I've had to carry water. You can see little new leaves on these too, and on there. So they're the ones I've had to sort of lightly water. But the majority have been keeping dry because the cool temperatures and the low light levels this time of year is the best to keep them dry if you don't want to encourage them to grow. Plus, you've got more chance of them flowering in the spring and the summer then, when you keep them pretty much dormant. And just show you there. Let's scan around, a mixture of everything, but so far so good. And then underneath, nothing much to show you, just all the plant pots and all our growing materials. And to show you under here, we have some of the seedlings that are hard enough to go out here. These are lobivias and corypanthus and Trichoceros patrinois under there. And then I'm going to show you, I think I'll show you this side round here. Yep, some more epiphyllums, and we have some more schlumbergias here, and a ripsalidopsis that is actually in flower now instead of Easter time, as you can see. But that's lovely, always a bonus to have flowers any time of year. And a mixture of all the schlumbergias, I'm going crazy, guys. Schlumbergias, all in bud and flower at this time of year, which is wonderful. And look at that, guys, the lovely orange one, the orange Brazil, is sort of on its way out now. It's still got some buds, but a lot of the flowers are dying back. But look at that, it's absolutely abundant with lots and lots of buds. So there's a mixture of them all in that hanging basket. And I've got the ripsalis there, again, pretty much dormant. But as I say, from sort of like mid-January onwards, they do sometimes come into little bloomers. They're sort of late spring, late winter, early spring growers. And this here is an Nepenthes, so that's again pretty much dormant too. And this one here, I'm having to still obviously keep these watered slightly because they do need to be watered all year round. And then these ones here, a few mixtures, and I'll just turn this one round so you can see all these. And again, the little monkey's tails, and that's my other monkey's tail here. I've got a golden one, which I'll just show you there, and a white hairy one. And it's the plant stand on here, a mixture of a couple of gasterias, some more Nepenthes. That's all the carnivores in there. Again, they're all still having to be kept watered with rainwater, but as I say, they're all pretty much dormant, all growing, sort of starting to come back a little bit now, because I think the mild weather sort of bringing them all out again. And aeniums on here, some more aloes under here, a mixture of a few different ones, and crassulas, mostly aloes underneath. We love our aloes. And this one is sort of a little bit top heavy, so we might need to obviously repot this one in the spring and maybe stake it because it's sort of leaning over. And that one is going to be needing a repot definitely. It's literally jumping out of its pot there. And then we take you onto here, some more of the Puntia microdaisies, minuscule. And the monkey puzzles there, they're doing really well. Oh, and some more Mother of Thousands. This is the Mother of Thousands tubiflora here, and then this is the Mother of Thousands Kalanchoe degremontiana, which is the wider leaves, and all the little babies growing all around the edges. Another aenium here, more crassulas, and Rebutia pygmy little seedlings. And then our other crassulas, we have a few different types, a couple of Minhonzi's jade plants, and our other jade there, and again more aloes. These are Honzi's, that obviously the traditional aloe vera, which is the more common one, lovely big plant here, and also the arborescens here. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. That's it in the polytunnel anyway. So far so good. As I say, this is the only one I can see not doing too good. The one half of the plant seems to be really good, but this half isn't doing well. So I may probably take some cuttings of this and propagate them in the plant room and keep an eye on how the rest of the plant does. As I say, ideally Ripsalis can take pretty cold temperatures, but I think it might be the mixture of the humidity. So just show you there, it's on 90% humidity at the moment, and the cold, they do tend to scar, I notice, in cold temperatures. Epiphyllum can be the same, and while it might not necessarily kill the plant, it can be unsightly, so I need to keep an eye on that. But other than that, everything's doing pretty well, guys, and I'm going to take you outside and show you the winter growing succulents. Now, here we are outside. I'll just show you the wonderful succulents that are growing here. We've got them on the stone wall, and we did bring them in temporarily because we had a spot of very, very cold weather. But of course, the weather's gone really mild again now, and seems to be a lot drier than it has been. So we've got them back on the wall, and they seem happy. As I say, these are all outdoor succulents, and they can take very, very, very cold weather and a lot of rain. So far so good, and it's lovely to have them back outside again. Got a mixture of a few of the crystals that we found and different types of rocks. A few people asked what these was in the video. These are actually we found them on the beach on the west coast of Ireland in a place called Sligo. And these only ever really notice them on the west coast. We don't really see them over here in the north, but these are quite remarkable. They're actually called Syringapora, and they're actually fossilised little sea creatures in the rocks, probably thousands, possibly millions of years old. So it's incredible, and more little crystallised rocks here. And this is a Crassula muscosa, and this is desperate need of a good trim. So I'm going to be trimming that and taking lots of cuttings in the spring. And I'll just show you what we have here. This is an update because a couple of you have asked my late dog Rusty, who died when we lived in Waterford about 3.5 years ago now. We took cuttings from his grave because obviously we wanted him to remember him by, and this was growing here, this ivy, and we took it. Hans did a wonderful cutting from his grave, and links up above to that video if you didn't see that one. And I'm pleased to say the cuttings have taken ever so well, and we're going to be potting them into the garden, the front garden, in the springtime. So that's going to be wonderful. And this is our little apple tree, still very dormant so far. And I'll just show you the temperature, guys, because it's so mild here for the end of November. It's actually 10 degrees, which is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 Celsius, which is remarkable for this time of year. I mean, wow. So that's the outdoors, and then I'm going to show you what's inside the house. Now, this is the living room, or Hans's music room, I should say. And it is absolutely amazing here. The energy is lovely when you hear Hansi playing. And the plants seem to be thriving in it too. This is I've got the Ripsalis there hanging up in the window. We have some of the philodendrons, and we have the ficus, commonly known as the rubber plant, and some more scheffleras here. These are doing amazing. And another philodendron, beautiful, and another schefflera, and also we have here, I'll just show you up here, guys. This is the Floribunda, Stephanotis floribunda, which is remarkable. And what's wonderful to see is actually coming into bud at this time of year. Look at that, just show you that we can see from it's growing right over the roof of the ceiling here. It's absolutely amazing. It's loving this spot. As you say, it gets direct light, but not direct sunshine, I should say, just direct light. It seems to be thriving there. And this is wonderful. So that's the living room. Now, guys, this is the plant grow room, and it's also my office. where I do my videos there. And we have all the plants growing in here. A lot of them that we have to overwinter, even here, because it's they're not cold hardy. Or a lot of them are seedlings and cuttings that we grow. And it's a lovely sunny day today. As you can see, the sun coming through. But we have the grow lights, I will just show you here, that we put on overcast days. That helps the seedlings to grow a bit more. And this is great south-facing window here. This room as well is we've got all our cactus books. Look at all that, all our mad crazy collection, guys. And starting from here, this is our Tradescantia, and it is absolutely flourishing, guys. This is one that Hansi cut back in the summertime to propagate. We got loads of cuttings from it and tons of seeds that have successfully grown. And this is the mother plant, and it is just absolutely flourishing. And we have then a selection of a few different things. As I say, trying to keep this video as quick as possible, so it won't go too long. That's the Hoya in there, and it's potted up in the hanging basket, and a selection of spider plants there, all growing along. And look at this begonia, guys. This begonia was gifted to me by Rachel at Gardening at Derwentser, and Rachel, you can see it is absolutely unbelievably happy, and it's been flowering on and off for the past couple of months. Absolute beauty. And this here is our Clarodendrum, and it wasn't doing too good after the house move. It dropped a lot of its leaves, and happy to say it's all growing new growth now. As you can see, there are loads of new little leaves coming, which is brilliant news. So that's making a great recovery. And these, if you're wondering why these Perescias are looking a little bit sad with the leaves, well, this time of year, obviously, we stop watering them. These are Hansi's. He's had these for years. And if we were to water these, you see, it would encourage them to carry on growing, and we want them to overwinter and to flower. And obviously what we've done is we stop watering, so the leaves will go limp. The leaves will eventually fall off. And then early spring, Hans is going to prune it right back, and it's going to regrow again and hopefully flower again. So that's what we're doing. Obviously with Perescias, it's up to you how you care for them. But in case you didn't know, it is actually a cactus, because it has areoles, which are these little things here. So although it looks more like a normal succulent or even like a normal houseplant, it is actually a cactus, so we treat it like one. And it's not the most coldest hardy, which is why we have it in the plant room here. And then we have a selection of different types of cuttings here, some Christmas cacti and the dragon fruit cuttings that I had to repot again there, and a few of a selection of different things, the string of pearls as well, cuttings, and we have some rooted cuttings there with the cereus. They're taking well. And I'll just give you a scan. I'll show you in the window. These are the Selenicerius grandiflorus cuttings too, doing very well. And a few selection of seedlings all in there, and in the window some of the Sansevierias. And I'll just show you the window here. It's very sunny, so hopefully you'll be able to see a bit. We've got some Lophophoras, Matucana, some Piniocereus gregii seedlings, and just see, it's difficult with the lighting because the sun is coming through. Not that I'm complaining, but just show you a selection of a few of them are Lophophoras there, some young ones, and a few different things growing on there. Some more Selenicerius and Hylocereus. And all on there. Difficult to get too close, obviously, but basically a lot of seedlings in there, all doing well. We have the dragon fruit cacti hanging up on there too, which are, they're doing good there. And now this is Hansi's flame tree, and it is doing absolutely remarkable, guys. Look at this. This we cut back for the house move. As you can see, it was cut back right there and right down there, and look at all this new growth. It is absolutely loving this spot with all the sun coming through the window, the beautiful leaves on it, and loads of new growth. So wonderful to see. So we can really see now everything's starting to sort of pick up already, even though we're not out of December. and a few more things we're propagating there, some ferns and a mixture of other things. Now, this plant's not doing too good, unfortunately. This is my Porocactus malisonii. I did mention in a previous video, it seems to be dying back a lot at the stems. And it was in the polytunnel. I think it was just too much. The house move, it got very wet. And it was going very bad before we moved, so I can't really blame it on the house move. I'm not quite sure what's happening with it. This part of the plant seems to be healthy. The other part's not. So stay tuned for a video in the next few days where we're going to be pruning this right back and probably removing this part and keeping this part. The good news is I have taken cuttings previously, and there they are. There they seem to be doing okay, and we do have some more cuttings of this in the polytunnel too. So that's this room, guys. So far so good with here, and I'm going to take you into our little bedroom. Now, this is our little bedroom. We have the ferns in here, and they are growing amazingly. This is the Nephrolapis exaltata, and she is just absolutely flourishing here. As I say, this is a north-facing window, so we don't get any direct sun, but it's very, very bright, and we have a wonderful view from the window, as you can see, with the mountains as well. And we have another little Nephrolapis. This one is a cordifolia, so two different varieties. They look similar, but they are different, and this is doing well. New little fronds on that, and this is sending out loads of new little fronds too. Now here we are in our bathroom, and this is the Tradescantia seedlings that are from the Tradescantia plant that we showed you in the grow room, and these are doing absolutely remarkable. These are seeds that we sowed in the summer, I think it was the July time, and they've all germinated really well and absolutely amazing. And I'm going to put links up above to a video that we made when we trimmed back the main Tradescantia plant, and we took cuttings, and also how to propagate from seed, and links up above to that. These are the actual the little plants that we grew from them seeds. So there's lots of them in this little bonsai pot, so obviously in the spring we're going to be potting them on again, and they make lovely gifts as well to give to people. Now guys, this is the kitchen where we overwinter a lot of our cacti and succulents that aren't that cold hardy and need a minimum of about 10 to 12 C, which is over 50 Fahrenheit. And this is our Euphorbia triangularis. And isn't it remarkable, guys? It has the most amazing arms all on it. It's an amazing specimen. And then we have the Pilocereus goonellii there, that also is not cold hardy, so we overwinter in that. And as you can see, this is a south facing window, gets plenty of sunshine. And there's a mixture of a few Euphorbia varieties here. We have some cuttings in the windowsill as well. And Euphorbia obesus here. They're coming into little flower there, which is lovely to see. Some more cuttings. And then we have the lovely little plant that we're growing for Josh, and the Grow It for Josh project. And if you're not familiar with that, links up above to Rachel from Gardening at Duenza's video. We're all growing a plant all around the world in memory of Rachel's late son Josh. So please do go up and watch that video. And if you want to, please do grow a plant for Josh. It's a wonderful thing to do. And to show you what else, we've got the little poinsettia here doing really well. Our other Euphorbia here, sorry, our Pachypodium doing remarkable here. Loads of new growth. And a few more cuttings, a little begonia. And a selection of a few other things here too. And the Euphorbia tyrocalis, it's commonly known as the pencil cactus, even though it's not a cactus, it's actually a succulent Euphorbia, and a few other ones here, all overwintering. And I'll just show you there. Got a selection here too. Can't really get much closer because they're all in the window. But a little epidendrum orchid, and a few more Euphorbias there, Stapelias as well. And this plant here is actually Hans's beautiful golden cereus that fell over in the polytunnel and broke in half. But thankfully both parts have calloused over really well, and they're going to be potted on in the spring. And so they're just healing up for the winter at the moment. And then we've got over this side, we have our tall Pilosaceriuses that obviously aren't cold hardy, so we're overwintering them in the kitchen here. The sun gets directly onto them, and as I say, sun is bright enough just to overwinter them just until till the summertime. They're going back out, the springtime, back out into the Polytunnel again. And this is our Brasileopuntia brasiliensis that's too tall to go into the Polytunnel. So we're overwintering this indoors. It'll be going outside back again in the springtime. And then here we have Hans's beautiful palm, known as the ponytail palm here. It's absolutely gorgeous. And our little fern here too, which is doing very well. And I'll just show you what else we've got. Oh, here we've got the Ceropagia Sansonii, which has got loads of little buds on it as well. And the most amazing of flowers. This just flowers continually all through the year. So it's got a good spot there. And so far so good. And that's the update of indoors and outdoors, guys. And guys, I want to say again, thank you so much for your incredible support to me and Hans over the whole of 2017 and the years previously. We cannot thank you enough. And we want to wish you an amazing happy new year. And may 2018 be an amazing growing year for you all. So guys, thanks so much. And there's Hansi here.
Yes. Happy New Year under 2018 will be great.
Yay! It's going to be an amazing growing year. And again, guys, we cannot thank you so much for your incredible support. You've just been amazing to both of us. So it's been amazing. So guys, want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always for 2018.
Yes.
Until the next video, see you in the new year, guys.
Yeah. Woohoo. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Mwah. Mwah.